Entitled, baby.
I've been trapping all day, couldn't get away from my dope scale. I'm a cold stunner, road runner, you got no bells. More money, I need more sales. Make it hell, make it hell.
Episode 15 of the Weekend Warriors. We're here with our boy Dupri today. A real local legend, somebody who's OG in the music game out here. Big Body and Soul Body Cyphers. He has a lot of stuff going on. He just dropped some projects recently, so we're going to hop right into it with him. How you doing today, bro?
Man, we here, boy. I appreciate y'all bringing me on.
Hey, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. So, something I seen recently, and this really caught my interest just because I've never seen anyone do something like this, is you dropped 2 EPs on the same day. What was that all about?
Man, it was actually two albums. One turned out to be an EP on like iTunes because of sampling restrictions, right?
Okay, yeah.
So
yeah.
it turned out to be a EP on iTunes, but on Bandcamp it's actually 2 full project like albums.
Okay.
One's with No Name, and that's Supa Dura Fly, all originals, straight in-house, Tulsa, Oklahoma through and through. You know what I'm saying? DJ No Name, cold producer out here. Okay. That man's a living legend himself. Y'all gonna have to get him on here and ask him about his questions.
I've heard brother's
you know?
name a few times.
Yeah, he's cold, man. So that was in-house, and it was hard to create, bro, because the sounds in it is real music. It ain't like something you could just find on YouTube and just not like you really got to sit there and think. So it took me a little bit on Supa Dura Fly, but EastSide Stories, now that was easy. That's like right up my alley, you know. Go jack a beat and freestyle to it. Except with this, it wasn't like, you know, tight beats. It was like real life, like OG stuff we listened to growing up. Master P, Mask to My Face, Gangsta Boo, like, you know what I'm saying? So that one was easy. Supa Dura Fly was more of a challenge.
No, I feel that completely because like the first music that I ever listened to yours was the Food for Thought EP that you dropped, and it's because that's what you performed last year at Dreamland.
Yep.
That's the first time we seen you. Was at Dreamland last year.
I remember.
And we were like, damn, who is this motherfucker? Like, this dude's hard, bro. Because you rocked the show out there at Dreamland. Like, a lot of people, I don't know, like, I feel like they get put in like an outdoor environment like that and it kind of makes them uncomfortable and stuff. And you just, you ripped that shit. You were walking through the crowd and shit, like walking up on, I was like, God, man, this motherfucker's hard.
I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing in that like that Food for Thought album. It seemed like you did a lot of like freestyle and just off the rip type stuff, which I know that's what you're big in. So is that how you prefer to do it, or do you like putting pen to pad, or is it just what you're feeling at the time?
Man, it's all of it, bro. Obviously, we started off freestyling. I've been rapping since before I knew how to write. Like, you know, like actually like write. We in 3rd grade don't really know how to write. We gonna freestyle.
Oh, shit, you was freestyling back in 3rd grade.
Man, we've been freestyling since. When did 8 Mile drop? I was a youngin', you know what I'm saying? Like, when I seen that, I was like, oh yeah, we rapping. We rapping, you know what I'm saying? But I do it all, bro, you know what I'm saying? I love putting the pen to paper whenever I'm feeling emotional. Like, when I mean emotional, I'm not talking about like on some hoe stuff. I mean like whether I'm mad, whether I'm sad, whether I'm feeling lovey-dovey. Like, when I'm feeling emotional, that's why I like to put the pen down, because I like to, there's like a way with it, and it's like there's a pattern there that I can find because I can feel it. But if I'm just trying to like lay something down because I need to lay something down, and I know I need to put some content out there or something like that, or I need to put some food on the table, I'll go ahead and do a freestyle real quick. You know what I'm saying? So I could do all of it, man. I don't know what I like to do more though.
Okay. I feel like you said, it's just whatever the circumstance is at the time, because you know, I feel like there's going to be more depth in those songs that you sit down and actually write and go back over, and you really put a lot of time into it. But also, you get some of the nastiest stuff ever when it's just straight off the dome.
Oh, 100%. That's why EastSide Story, now Supa Dura Fly is crazy too. Don't get it twisted. But that you got to go back and listen to it, and then listen to it again, and then listen to it. It's like one of those things you got to digest. You know what I'm saying? It's steak and potatoes. Versus EastSide Stories is that good old like poor man's meal, like that'll get you right and it'll put you straight to sleep. You know what I'm saying? EastSide Stories, bro, like 145th East, bro. I literally have a hook in there. It's not even a hook. It's just like, it just feels like catchy. It's like cornbread, chicken fed, collard greens, extra yams, hold the port, don't do the hand. Homie just came up again. How you gonna brag about that band when you ran off on your mans? If I wasn't rapping, baby, I bet you still be a fan. That's a freestyle. But it's like the energy behind it that sound like a freestyle.
No,
you know
that was hard
like, but that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. That's like that quick get it to you. You could look deep into it, but it's pretty on the surface.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Versus something like Supa Dura Fly, bro. You really got to go through, be like, what did he say about Martin Luther King? Was he dissing him or was he not dissing him? I mean, listen to that one more time. And then before you know it, he's like, damn, this is actually a bop.
You know, I feel like, especially with like the way the internet's working, is like people's attention spans are going so low that like I feel like that's why punch-in music is so popular the way it is.
Oh yeah.
Just because you got to think the way people punch in. I've sat in the studio, like I was in the studio last weekend just recording a song, and me, I just do all my shit 2-take gen. You already know how I'm getting down. I can run a whole beat in a minute and a half. Straight, just go. But then I have homies who really sit there and they just sit there. He'll sit there the beat on loop where he's rapping and make words out of nothing. Yep. I'm sitting here like, it's so crazy how the process of how people make music, how different it can be. Like bro's really sitting here, eyes closed. They did it, and bro, and I know where he goes. All right, bro, punch me in. Bro confirms a whole. I'm like, how did you come up with this sentence, not even saying anything? I'm like, bro, what? It's
just
crazy.
Found that cadence.
There's that cadence. There's always that pocket. It's like that puzzle that's there. You just got to line it up, bro. You just got to line it up.
So what's your thoughts on like, because I know I like to see like the way I could classify it. I like to classify what you do as kind of like real rap, you know? I feel like either people can call it what they want and it may not be as popular as it once was, but I feel like what you do is real rap.
Like you said, that's steak and potatoes.
Yeah, like I'm saying, for me, as someone is as much music as I digest daily and I hear the same things over and over and over. You can ask Nate, my favorite artist. I got on here was telling my top 5 artists of all time. I said one of my top 5, and they're like, dude, who is that? I'm like, you don't know him. He's a new guy coming out of Boston, but he's a real rapper, bro. His name's Millies. He raps. Like, he really raps. Like,
to check him out.
Bro, he's hard. He's hard. Raps, lyrical, wordplay, flows. Like, bro, he's kind of like a new age Eminem in a way where, like, he's not like, he's more of like a street version of Eminem where he's
White
talking.
Dude?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Bro, he's hard as
Really?
shit. And it's like, I listen to him. That's like my second most listened to artist this year. It's because bro has a story with everything he's saying. You can tell that he sat there and put everything together. And it's just, I don't know, it's kind of healing for me in a way. It's so nice. I love listening to J-Bo, West Coast shit, East Coast shit, and just doing that. But I mean, sometimes I gotta step away and listen to
100%.
that.
Cleanse your palate a little bit.
100%.
Make you focus and really think about it. Like, I don't know, I've always loved lyrical music. Fucking Montana 300 was my favorite artist for most of my life.
Yeah.
I loved Montana 300. You can ask him. People are calling me JJ at 300. And then I was actually blessed with the opportunity to work with bro for a year. So that was dope. I mean,
That is dope. That is super dope.
yeah, I love what you're doing though. I love how you have your own lane. You're not letting the town taint your vision. Because I feel like a lot of people just listen to the town music and just follow the agenda, which that's not going to get you anywhere. I've told people that the town music is only going to take you to where the town peaks.
Is where the town's at, and the town's only in the town.
Literally.
At this point in time, yeah.
And like, but even think about that, like Tulsa, the city of Tulsa, like this actual physical location isn't going anywhere but Tulsa.
Oh yeah, it's always gonna be right here.
It's always, so the town sound's always gonna be in the town. Now we could take it and we could be an influence outside, but what I'm saying is if you're focused on the town so much, man, you're gonna stay in the town. You one thing that I've always heard coming up and it stuck with me is don't let them control your narrative. Don't let anyone control your narrative. You control your narrative. And one thing I'm learning with this music stuff and this content creating and just the stuff that we do out here is this, bro. It's all about the image. And a lot of people don't have what they really are showing they have, but it looks like this. So the people believe them versus the people who really have it, but it don't look like it and the people don't believe them. So who do you think's winning? The people who got it and don't look like it, or the people who don't got it and look like it?
That's crazy. Me and Nate talk about that, but on like a real life standpoint, not even through music. Like, you know, back in our day, we used to get down a little bit. You know, we used to go parties and shit, and I'd always look and I'd be like, the motherfuckers who really got it wouldn't be the people. Like, you look at them,
They ain't gotta let you know.
Like, you would know. Like, some of the most successful people I know wear just fishing t-shirts, shorts, and I've seen motherfuckers in the club with flip-flops. I'm like, these motherfuckers make more money than everybody
That's
in
facts.
this
My
building.
dad told
For
me that
real.
my entire life, and this goes for any aspect of life. This was like mainly off playing sports, but it applies to life heavily. You know, is if you really got it or if you're really like that, you don't have to tell nobody. Everybody else will say it for you.
Right there. Right there. You don't have to call yourself the king. You don't got to call yourself the prophet. You ain't got to call yourself the man, the GOAT. The people gonna call you.
Everybody else gonna let
That's
you know.
crazy.
Come
I was saying
on.
in the studio last night, I was like, you should never have to claim you the king of anything.
Nah.
I feel like that shit would be already spoken for. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, don't praise yourself. Let the praise of others be that praise. You know what I'm saying? Don't be sitting here saying, yeah, man, I do this, I do that. because it's real easy for me to highlight myself. It's real easy for y'all to highlight yourself, but it definitely is different if we walk into a room and two people come up saying, yo, Dupri, y'all gonna be like, damn, Dupri kind of cool.
Give you that validation.
There you go. And it gives the validation to the other people. Don't nobody want to hear. Some people want to hear what you can do, and they, those is like those men worshipers. But there are real life people out there, and a huge majority of people who don't want to hear it from you. That's why we read the reviews.
No, for sure.
That is crazy, because I feel like with us starting out, people didn't really believe us until King Spencer. Like when we sat down for our round table, people didn't Indie Pot didn't know who we were. No one in there knew who we were. And King Spencer was like, yeah, these are the Weekend Warriors. These are the next guys up. Keep in mind, we only had one video at the time.
Yeah,
we deleted it. He had zero videos.
Shout out to King Spence.
Everyone there was asking us, it's like, what do y'all do?
We had
Who
zero
are y'all?
videos, 36 subscribers, but King Spencer just believed the vision. Like for some reason just called me and just believed what I was doing and what we were doing. I was just like, shit, that's what's up.
Shout out you, Spence, man. King Spence, come through Tulsa. Shout out y'all, bro. Believers for real.
No, always shout out, come through Tulsa. But just to kind of turn the light back on you a little bit, like I was speaking on, you're really big in Soul Body Cyphers. How did that come about? Is like you just seen that they was doing that and you started going, and then you've been one of the most consistent people, or is it like something that they invited you to? I know you've been doing it for a long time.
Man, I actually got invited. I was on a podcast with all due respect with King Castro, and he was telling me about this dude named Soul Body Meta and Aaron Sawyer. He was like, yeah, he be with Aaron Sawyer, and because they was real close in the beginning as well. And he was like, man, you need to tap in with him, bro. He be reading stuff too, because before I was like, everybody was knowing me as spitting, right? I mean, people knew me as spitting, but before I started being more consistent with it, right? People only knew me for, my faith and basketball, right? So he was like, yo, he be reading too. He be studied up. Tap in with him. I was a little hesitant because I just don't be rocking with people. I'm to myself. I'm an adult now. We adults. This ain't high school. You know what I'm saying? But homie reached out to me on Instagram and was like, yo, fam, I be doing these ciphers. I would love for you to pop out to the next one. I know you be spitting. And I was like, I love invites. You know what I'm saying? Like, invite me. I ain't gonna jump in your party, but if you invite me, I'll jump in your party.
Yeah.
So he invited me to the Black Wall Street Liquid Lounge Cypher. It was a Soul Body Cypher, but we were hosting it. It was being hosted at Black Wall Street Liquid Lounge. I don't know if y'all have ever been there. Y'all go. Shout out to Cole Ransom. It was cold. That was the most hip hop, y'all, that I've ever seen in my life. Maybe not now, because we've seen a lot. We've had a lot of crazy events since then. But that one moment, bro, was the first day for a lot of us, bro. That's when I first got to chop it up with Aaron Sawyer, when I first met Sila, when I first met Kavari, when I first met Lovelace, when I first actually got to meet Soul Body, Reef 100, She Is KO, a plethora of all of them, man. But that moment, bro, that was one of the moments, bro. So I got invited on, man, and ever since then, I knew the mission. It's like, bro, they're shooting film of us. We get to get up here and talk our talk, and we don't have to wait for people to be like, oh, you're hard. You're here because you're hard. I like this.
Type shit.
You know what I'm saying? Let me just see how, I don't have a problem with consistency. Like, it's like basketball to me, bro. I hooped. And if you want to get your jump shot right, what you do? You stay in the gym.
Practice
Come on,
that
man.
form.
Bro, I wasn't just a natural dunker. I had to work on it. I'm a small guy in basketball. I had to get my game. Allen Iverson, Isaiah Thomas, you know.
That's something we talked about with Jediah on the podcast we did with him too, is like all those open mics and the Soul Body Cyphers and things like that. It's all mental repetition. You're getting better at controlling a room. You're getting better at performing in front of people. You know what I'm saying? It's all just repetition.
Oh, 100%. And that's the reason why I say you can tell when somebody hasn't been outside or ain't outside, especially when they get in a room with people who are outside. Them field slaves ain't the same as them house slaves. And that's just, I hate to bring it back to that, but that's literally what it is. I'm not calling it slaves or anything out there, but there's a physical difference. Like, don't try to come up in the same spot with people who are outside and think that I don't care if you got streams. I don't care if you popping. When you get up in here, your fans and you are going to see a clear difference, and your fans might become our fans. And then you might end up being inspired by us, and now we your favorite rappers. Simply because we outside.
No, literally. And I mean, hey, just like I was talking about beforehand, before we even got on camera, the performance you did at Dreamland last year proves that, because, you know what I'm saying, you could tell you were so comfortable performing in front of a crowd and being engaging with the crowd. Like, that's, like I was talking about with Jediah, that's like the biggest testament of artists to me, is like, how do you perform live?
Yes.
How can you control a room,
100%.
And you were killing that shit.
I appreciate that, bro. I want to say this too about the performances. we are just coming out of the lack era where everything just sucked. Like, it might have sound tight, y'all, but look at, like, just like you said a minute ago, like, man, you need some healing. Like, bro, all that trap music is supposed to heal, and like since 2014, we haven't been getting nothing that heals. Okay, we get a little bit of Kendrick, we get a little bit of J. Cole, and a little of the small versions of them, but as a whole, that's not what was selling over the years, bro. It was the little Yachty's, bro. It was the Zans. It was, you get what I'm saying? They aren't performers, y'all. I'm not saying they can't perform now. When you got bread, and you can invest in things. You can have sellout performances and crazy shows, right? But what I'm talking about is this, bro. They're not the Ushers. They're not the 50 Cents. The people who had the James Browns. Bro, we live in a new era now. In this new era, they're looking for performers. I just don't want it, bro. Anybody, AI shows us this, y'all. Anybody can make a hit. Okay? Take that hit and translate it to a live crowd. Can you really sound like you do in the studio on your microphone? Because that makes a difference. Can you sing in person like you do in the studio? That makes a difference. People are looking for performers, bro. And if you could touch their heart with performance, you got them. Because they want healing, substance. They want some steak and potatoes, man.
I feel like that's how you gain that genuine following too. Because like I said, that was the first time we'd ever seen you. And right after the show, I was getting on my phone and finding those songs that you perform and listening to your shit. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's how you actually draw those genuine fans. Like we had talked about before on like a previous episode, is like, I would rather be like a Joey Badass and my 200,000 views are actual genuine fans that really fuck with my music, that are going to listen to every single song I drop, rather than like a Blueface or a Lil Xan or somebody like that who's going to have that one song that goes and then nobody's going to give a fuck about it.
And then they got to have drama to keep their career up. Yo. I don't, come on, man. We all got drama. I don't got time to be invested in your drama. And you got millions. At least that's what it looked like, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Come on. Maybe a 1 or 2.
Maybe 500K. Maybe even just 50K, y'all. You can make 50K look like $1 million on the camera.
Oh yeah, if you stretch it long enough.
If you stretch it long enough, you have all that with money, all this with money, and a little table. I might think you a millionaire. You know?
Yup. Hey, so this is something else I wanted to ask you, just because like I was curious about it. So, like when I was doing research on you, I kept seeing like I knew you have the song called Yahoo Freestyle. Like I really like that song. And then like on your page it said Yehudi. So I did some research on that, and it's actually like a very old what would you call it? Like a stage play, I guess you would say. What's the meaning behind that exactly?
So
I looked it up. I didn't read too deep into it.
Yeah, so a Yehudi, I'm actually going to look into that. I've never heard that before, but a Yehudi is just the correct term on how to call someone from the tribe of Judah.
Okay.
A Yehudi, from Judah.
Yeah, so there's a book called that.
Yeah, and there's a whole people who are called Yehudis, but the reason they're not called Yehudis is because the modern term would be Jew.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is this: I'm not saying I'm Jewish. I'm not saying I'm like Kahar or Ashkenazi or nothing. I'm saying I am from the tribe of Judah, from the Atlantic slave trade brought over here. I'm a descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So when I say Yehudi, I'm just being very technical. I could be like, yeah, I'm a Jew, or I'm a Hebrew, and people be like, oh, you a Hebrew Israelite. And now we got to go through this whole rabbit hole of why I'm explaining to you why I don't call myself a Hebrew Israelite. I'd rather just say Yehudi and do this.
Nah, I feel that's hard.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I mean, like it's kind of like perspective. Like rather than saying I'm a Native American, you'd be like I'm Cherokee.
Come on. No, 100%.
Nah, you're just keeping it real. I like that.
100%, man, 100%. And a lot of people don't know. So like, if I can use terms like Yehudi, where you're not familiar with, but it's still accurately correct, it causes you to do research, and now you're getting educated off of my material.
Yeah, because the research I did, like I looked at multiple different things, and it didn't say nothing about that. It was just talking about the book and stuff.
Really? So there's because of the Jewish culture as well, man. You're gonna find so many different inspiring things that will take like Jude, the term Jude. That's a fairly modern term, obviously, because of the letter J. But a lot of people will take that and make all kinds of story plays and books about that, simply because of things like the Holocaust and stuff, too. So talking about Jewish things is very, like, beneficial to if you want attention grabs, right? No, I'm not doing that for an attention grab. What I'm saying in this situation is, like, for us, I truly believe that not every black person, no, but I feel like if you are a descendant of slavery in this country and to the other countries that were on that same slave ship, but just a different stop, I believe that we are descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the 12 tribes. Well, not us. We're just one. We're from Judah, but one of the 12 tribes of Israel. And we were brought over here because of Deuteronomy 28. We broke the covenant with our God, who is Yahuwah. Lil Yahoo. I'm just Lil Yahoo. You know what I'm saying? I'm just one of his little sons.
That's
you know
what
what I'm saying?
Freestyle
you know what I mean?
from. Okay.
And just pretty much, man, just really filling in my people. Because in this time, there's so many of my people who are looking and they don't know. But they get introduced by the Spirit and something will, like, it'll agitate them. And they'll be like, bro, that sounds familiar. What is Yahoo? What's a Yahudai? They'd be like, what's a Yahudai? No, what's a Yahudi? Like, let's chop it up for a second. Be like, bro, who is Yahuwah? Be like, bro, you probably know him as Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? You probably know him as the father of Jesus. Like, so it's just different things to put out there to make you ask questions. Like I said, bro, we're tired of eating instant oatmeal. I forgot what steak and potatoes taste like. I don't even know if I like steak and potatoes no more, but I'm gonna make it real quick just to see if I like it. You know what I'm saying? That's a good question, bro. I like you, man. I like y'all, bro.
Hey, nah, bro. I like that. That was a dope ass answer. So, how did you find your interest in all that stuff?
Man, so we live in the Bible Belt. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say we all, but for the most part, bro, if you grew up in Oklahoma, you grew up as a Christian,
probably
pretty much.
Like Christian
yeah,
churches.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Church on the move, guts, like, right. So, like, me, I've always been in the Word, but it wasn't until I got older and I had my firstborn son. Shout out to Elijah, and I was like, I want to actually see if this is real. You know what I'm saying? I was like, bro, my life sucks right now. Like, it really did. I had a child in high school. Me and his mama was definitely not finna last. I'm a little young Negro. I just got cut from the Broken Arrow High School team because I just transferred from Claremore, and it was like, yo, fam, like, yeah, you hard and everything, but politics say we can't have you cutting somebody who worked their way all the way up. I was like, can I at least be a water boy? Like, I was just gonna try to sneak my way in. It was like, no. So, like, I really had I couldn't go to college because all my academics sucked balls, because I thought, like the Derrick Rose story, like, as long as I'm good in basketball, somebody will help me in my grades. It doesn't work like that, y'all. Well, maybe if you're 6'4".
Derrick Rose,
Maybe if you're 6'4".
I said Derrick Rose was like the number one player in the country type shit.
No, 100%. I'm not going to say I was the number one, but your boy was nice. And
hey, not to get off topic, we got the Weekend Warriors basketball tournament, 2v2 tournament coming up. We're going to do it.
I seen that.
Within the next few months.
If y'all do
tap
not,
in with us, bro.
if y'all do not tap in with me, I'm sitting here right here now saying it. I'm getting MVP.
Hey, that boy Jediah said he's getting MVP too. So
Ask
we're gonna have
Jediah
to
about
see.
me. Ask my brother about me.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna have to hit him back up and tell him to pop out the hoop dads one more time. I'm gonna have to tell him pop out one more time so he can, you know what I'm saying? But where was we even at? Because basketball get me.
We was talking about how you got into the like your religious aspects.
Okay, thank you.
Like
Hallelujah. So pretty much, man, it got to my life where it was like, it was just started getting too hot and I didn't have no answers. I wasn't finna go to college. I don't know how to make money, and I don't want to flip burgers. That's just how, there's nothing wrong with flipping burgers, but I'm not flipping burgers. You know what I'm saying? And so, man, I just started seeking the Most High, bro. I started getting in the Word for myself. I started praying, man. I had just watched a movie called Prayer Warriors. And in that movie, I seen it with my church not too long ago at the time. And it was just about this old lady who was in a prayer closet. And the inspiration of the video was, close the door behind you and pray to your Father in secret. What's done in secret will be rewarded openly. And that's how you know if he's real. Go in your closet, go in the private door, close. Don't be praying like everybody else in front of everybody, because that's the reward you're going to get, is that people praise. But if you go by yourself and humble yourself before Yah, and you make your request known in private where nobody sees you, and he makes it known openly, what you going to say? You're going to be like, wow, hallelujah, okay. So I was like, you know what? I'm finna see if this is real or not. Like, there's all kinds of religions in the world. I've been doing this since I was a child. Let me see, right? Let me really see if this is real. Man, I sought the Most High, bro. And he showed himself to me, bro, according to his word. And from there, he was like, slowly but surely, gems here and there. He'd be like, hey, you from Judah? I'm like, I'm from Judah? And they say, no, I'm watching YouTube videos. And it's like, the 12 tribes of Israel, the transatlantic slave, the Arab slave trade, all these different things. And 400 years is almost over. I'm like, what the hell is all this? What is all this, right? I've been in the word, so it sounds familiar, but I'm like, black folks is the Israelites? I'm like, wait a second. I felt something. I felt like we was somebody, but I didn't know we was somebody. You know what I mean? So as I continued to grow and seek the Father on my own, I started to see that in these churches, they're not talking about the Father the way he's telling them to. Ain't nobody keeping these commands. Everybody's still worshiping these idols and stuff. They done made a white Jesus. You get what I'm saying? Like, read the Bible, man, and it'll show you all these things that the church is doing wrong. So as I'm growing in him, next thing you know, I leave the church. Y'all was like, get out, come out from among them. I'm not there. Follow me. And I got you. And let me tell y'all something, bro. Like, ever since I left and I just focused on him like I've been doing, bro, that's why I'm even sitting right here with y'all. That's why I'm able to be so consistent. That's why I'm able to produce at a high level, bro, is because of him. Like, people don't know when I say I got like connections and this and that, I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about him. Like, we real life tapped in where he'll come talk to me,
got
right?
That intuition.
Come on. Like, he'll talk to me like we talking right now, and all I got to do is obey what he says. You get what I'm saying? When I listen, it ain't no guess no more. Like, I wonder. No, it's like, bro, we didn't already did so many things. He said, do it like this, watch. And I do it like this, watch, boom. I'm like, okay. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I came about. And my faith was just staying consistent even with him, man. Even when it's like the gym, even when you don't want to go work out, just go up, work out anyways. Even when you don't want to go pray, fam. Even when you don't want to go study, fam. Even if you don't want to do this, do that. Like, even with fasting, bro. Like, I'm not telling people, you got to do this, you got to do that. But there's some things in working out that you got to do. You ain't going to get that certain muscle mass. You might be buff. But if you want to get, there's certain things you got to do. There's certain diets you have to take. You know what I'm saying? So it's even the same with this faith, bro. You just can't be like, I'm born again. I'm a believer. Everything's nailed to the cross.
And then the next day, just forget about it. You got to keep that
Come
routine.
on, bro. You got to bear the fruit. Does an apple tree say, I'm an apple tree and don't bear no fruit? No. And how you going to know if it's an apple tree? Unless what? It bears fruit. And you're like, oh, damn, that is an apple tree. So it's the same thing, bro. It's the same thing.
No, that's a really good way of putting that. I like that. I like that a lot, bro. I like that a lot. So, just to kind of get off the less serious side of things and stuff like that. So, what's some things that we can be expecting from you coming up here soon as far as like performances, projects, things like that?
Man, I got a couple mixtapes that I'm about to drop before. I really am shooting to drop it before March of 2024. I want to drop it before then because I have an album coming out called The Separation, like an actual album, like, serious, right? And I have that aim to shoot in 2024. I guess finished and everything. It's been done for like the last year, bro. But everything's strategic. You know what I'm saying? Like even EastSide Stories was done after The Separation. Supa Dura Fly was done after The Separation. The Separation was one that I've been planning on before 2022. 2021 was the year when I had really started digging in deep. 2022 was the year when it had started to come to light. 2024 is when that separation is going to happen. And when I mean that separation, like, y'all just do the math, right? It's going to be a separation. So that's something to expect in 2024 for me. Obviously, more shows, multiple things like that. Always performing, and creating avenues for people to perform outside of just open mics. There's a lot of open mics out here, and there's nothing wrong with open mics until it becomes unbalanced. We want to be able to have something where you could feel like you could come and be anybody, but you also want to come and know that you're somebody, and that people are coming to watch you, getting paid, getting money in our pockets, right? Another thing that to look forward to with me this year is, man, we going international, man. The Soul Body Cyphers team, man, we finna hit Spain. We finna hit London.
Shit.
Yeah, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man, I just got the passport, man. Hallelujah. Shout out to the fam, man. I just got my passport. Me and my whole fam. Like, my wife, she's super pregnant right now, so she's not feeling too well. I would have brought them over. They would be sitting right there. Cool.
That was something I was telling him earlier.
Yeah, that's what
I was telling him
Jim
earlier.
was
I'm like,
telling me.
I can't tell you how many times I've seen bro outside with his whole family. I'm sitting here like, this motherfucker dedicated.
Nah,
I'm like,
100%.
We got the stroller, white pregnant. I'm like, man, this man don't. I'm like, I just told Nate today, I was like, man, there's no excuse. People be making excuses.
Man.
I just got off work. I'm like, bro has his whole family.
Yes.
I'm the same way
Yes.
with my kids, bro. I love that shit.
Come on, no, and that's what it takes, man, because we live in a different era. So we either gonna be followers or we gonna be leaders. And one thing that I'm really trying to make known, and for my people, and not even just specifically for my people, for anybody who sees and is like, yo, I like that. Man, we gotta change these narratives about us, bro. I'm tired of us being baby daddies and baby mamas. I'm tired of us having excuses because of our children. I'm tired of our children growing up to be hoodlums and thieves and hypersexual. Bro, all that gets squished if you just an active parent in your children's life. And let me tell you how you break the generational cycle of poverty. create a business and raise your children up in that business. So whenever you retire, your children are well equipped in that business. By the time you retire, they got children. So now you got a perpetual business, a family. You think I'm gonna be the only one doing music in my? Nah. Even that little baby in my wife's stomach is gonna come out going crazy. Like my firstborn was going crazy. I remember he used to grab a little microphone, that little regular little hole in the wall. He'd be like, yo, yo, yo. He'd be singing Justin Bieber and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not capping. Like, so like, this stuff is vital to even my career, man. Like, if I want this stuff to have longevity, Jay-Z has a daughter. I'm finna have 3 sons. Get what I'm saying?
I seen a picture the other day. You was in the studio. You was holding your son in the studio.
And he is sucking his thumb like everything was normal, because that's what we do, bro. And my children are unapologetically them. So it's not easy, y'all. You get what I'm saying? I promise you it's not easy. I be looking at them like, yo, they performing, cuz. You know what I mean? I'm like, Tati. And I'm like, damn it, she can't do nothing about it. You know what I mean? Like, so, man, it's not easy, bro, but it has to be done, fam. It has to be done. I don't trust nobody, bro. I grew up as a child getting touched on and being around terrible influences. And it wasn't always the weird sexual stuff. Sometimes it was like just bad influences, cuz. Like, I wasn't supposed to watch that movie. You know that. You wasn't supposed to have them girls over. You knew that. You know, I'm the little homie, you know what I'm saying? But I'm seeing these things, and what you think it do to me as I'm growing up? As soon as I hit puberty and start getting them hormones, what y'all think my mind is like? You know what I'm saying? So it hinders us in our ability to succeed, bro. When you look at these other nations and these other ethnic groups of people, I'm not saying that they ain't got the same hormones and nothing like that, but their foundation's different. And so they have a higher chance of succeeding because their minds are on higher things other than food and sex.
They have been morally corrupted yet.
Bro, you have such a wonderful way of thinking. Like, not even like,
I've been excited
like, I'm
for
just
this
like,
one for a minute. I
don't
love
know.
this shit.
It's kind of weird in a way.
y'all.
It's kind of like refreshing in a way, because you got to think we sit down with, like I said, we're about to shoot 5 days in a row. Like,
I seen that, y'all. Active.
you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's nice to sit down and talk. Like, we talk about it all the time. It's like we get people on here who are rappers, and they get on here and put on their interview voice and act hard.
Exactly. It feels like an interview.
Yeah.
Where this feels like a conversation.
Nah, as it should be. As it should be, bro.
I just love learning. I feel like I'm not even sitting. Go watch all these episodes. There's rarely any episodes where I don't say a damn word. But I'm just sitting here. I don't know. I feel like I'm just
hold on. Let me
learning.
listen.
Like,
let me listen.
That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful.
I usually don't shut my damn mouth, and everybody knows that. And in fact, I don't know. I just love learning. And I feel like you just have such a wonderful way of thinking. It's such a refreshing way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? We're all, we're at the point now we're in the media business, and I have to look at media every single day.
Yeah.
And media is really not good for you. You know, it's terrible for you.
Most of the messages aren't positive either.
You know,
they're not, and they're lies. Come on, media is rarely ever true. And if y'all really want to shake something, man, if y'all could keep y'all's foundation true, like this is what I'm gonna tell y'all, because we live in a new era, y'all. Mark these words. Don't follow the same blueprint that was like last year and the year before, because that's the old era. It might have been 2 years ago, y'all, but that was a cut off. We live in a new era, and if y'all want to change the game out here, bruh, stay true. Keep the foundation true. And y'all are gonna, bro, that's all I did. I kept the foundation, bro. I have not switched up since I switched in. You get what I'm saying? And what I'm saying is, all praise to the Most High.
I can tell just from talking to you.
And that's the Most High. His consistency on me. What I'm telling you is this, bro. If I don't stay true to myself, I can't give it to y'all. Y'all ain't gonna be able to get what I'm supposed to be giving to y'all. And I don't mean just y'all. I'm talking about, the people. Mm-hmm. And you get what I'm saying? Bro, I used to rap about nothing. I used to be extremely vulgar. Every other word was igga this, igga that. I'm cussing on every bar. I'm hypersexual. And like, none of that means nothing, bro. You can't win a Grammy for nothing that everybody's rapping about. Bro, I'm having conversations on how to win Grammys. You don't have conversations with people who are able to do that unless you're in the field to be able to win that. And the simple only reason that is because my language changed. My ideas changed. My critique on myself changed. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm saying is this, and this goes to anybody out there that's watching this, man. Stay true to your foundation. Unless your foundation is rocky, bro, because you're gonna fall every time. If you stay true to your craft, man, you can win a Grammy, but you're not going to win a Grammy talking about the same thing that everybody in they mama is talking about. I don't care how your bars sound. I don't care how creative your bars is. I don't care about none of that. You aren't going to win nothing if you sound like Tyrone, Roderick, and Cameron.
No, and I feel like at the end of the day, that genuine music that you're making is going to give you and yourself so much more fulfillment than all the bullshit you was making. You
100%.
know what I'm saying?
I still like making fun BS music though.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, everybody likes listening to it too.
Come on, man. It's really fulfilling too to just have that. Bro, look what I did off of nothing. You know, like bada boo baba de da. Like, bro, that's fun. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, we be freestyling.
Yeah.
What you think we be doing? I'm from this generation, so how do you think we don't freestyle like the old school folk? Like, we got that little chop to it.
Yeah.
And that, you know what I'm saying? I love doing that stuff, bro. But you just gotta have the balance. Like, I love to play. I got sons, but there's a time I'm looking. I'm like, yo, get off of me.
Yeah.
You hurt me. Like,
Nah, but like just what you're talking
strong.
about as far as like just keeping your morals intact and staying yourself
Yes.
and stuff. I feel like that's just gonna give you that little edge and take you that much further. You know what I'm saying? People are gonna be able to tell and see and hear that it's genuine.
No, I feel like the biggest thing for you, and it's a thing I seen actually on my way here. I just read a bunch of promotion things. I was seeing this thing. It was like, I'd much rather have 1,000 loyal fans than 1 million followers. You
Come
know?
on. Come
Like,
on.
And that's kind of like something he was hitting on with the Joey Badass situation and shit. Like, I feel like with you, you're gonna have a bunch more genuine fans when it comes to like, I don't know. I feel like you just have a great ability to lead. I don't know. I feel like it's just more natural. I feel like when I see a lot of music and listen to a lot of shit, and that's why a lot of people will do music for a year or two, and then they'll take a year off or year on, and it's just like because you can tell it's something that's kind of forced. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's a certain area in your life where music does something for you.
100%.
And that way, it does something for you spiritually, emotionally, and it allows you. That's how you connect with people. That's what's so beautiful about music. And I feel like on the surface, your music may not touch the agenda here, but I feel like your music has such a broader spectrum than the box that we're put in this town.
100%.
We think like the fact that I have to sit here and say, oh, we're finally getting to that point where we might be able to put the town. The fact that we've been given that mindset that we can't do it here, it basically shows you the product of what we were brought on. We were just told this whole time. I posted a caption the other day on a post. I said, we're scared to dream where we're from. They're usually shattered. And that's just a mindset that we were given because, who cares about Tulsa, Oklahoma?
Come on.
You know? Even in Oklahoma in general, you just look at the stereotypes of it. And the fact that you're doing what you're doing, I feel like we have so many great people now coming up. And I feel like you're probably going to be one of the pioneers to show that, hey, this is possible. Because I really do believe,
you lay that
even outside of the music, even outside of like the music, like your mindset. And like, I feel like at this point, failure won't even be an option for you because you've already planted that seed in your mind. That
we've already failed too many times. We've already been failing, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like, man, just stay you, bro. That's all I can say.
I appreciate that.
Because, like, for me, I never even get on shit. Like, this was like a spiritual conversation for me. Because, you know, all of us got things going on in our life. I don't know. It's just such a awakening moment for me. This was dope as shit. I actually, I don't know.
I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate
this was a dope
that.
moment.
And just like you was saying, bro, if everybody in Tulsa, Oklahoma fucked with Tulsa, Oklahoma like they fuck with everywhere else,
Come on.
we would be on that same type of level. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's going to take, just like we were talking about before we even got started with this shit. It's going to take 100 people all doing the same shit and pushing in the same direction rather than the same 10 people that have been grinding for the shit, you know?
How many Marvel characters is there?
A lot.
Exactly.
A lot.
How many movies can you make from that?
A lot.
Exactly.
Nah, hey, I believe in everything we got going on right now. I think a lot of other people are starting to believe too. Shit, just since we've started this, I've seen 10 other people in Tulsa starting podcasts or starting media platforms or more people making music. You know, it seems like more people are pushing music in Tulsa now than ever.
Then you see all, even just media pages, Instagram pages. I've seen 3 go up this week. Like, I've watched these pages go from 0 to something in just months. It's because people are starting to believe.
Yes.
Like, I feel like
they can do that, we can do that too.
It was just planting that seed and letting it grow. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like one of the biggest things, I feel like Come Through Tulsa really was the plant for that. Because that was the first thing I seen where I'm like, oh shit, this is dope for Tulsa. I'm like, I'm seeing people, okay. And then now you got the OG Ninos coming in. And you got the P-Nices doing their stuff. And the next thing you know, you got Spence on the block with people you've never even heard of. Now you're learning about people you don't know of. And then you have him bring all of us in and shit. Now you're watching this one platform that's showing you 8 platforms. And now you got 9, 10 different platforms.
And that's why it was dope too.
It's crazy how it works.
Every single different platform and person there all had different perspectives. Like obviously there was some things that was going to be a consensus, like you know, who do you think like the top dog is in Tulsa? A lot of people said Phil Sosa. I mean, Phil Sosa has been holding down for a long time. Who do you think the hottest up and coming person is? A lot of people said Huncho.
Yeah,
that's kind of known. But as far as like who do you think the most slept on is? Who's your personal top 3? Stuff like that. Every single different person had different answers. Like I know the indie pop people come to y'all Soul Body Cyphers and stuff, so they knew about a lot more of those people than like me or Jen or some other people did. Whereas me and Jen knew about some of the younger people, or maybe some of the people that are from like a little bit outside of Tulsa, like the Owasso area, things like that other people didn't know.
Yeah.
So it's dope to kind of see like every end of the spectrum in the same place. Like we're all from Tulsa, but we was all talking about different artists and different music and shit.
Yeah.
So I mean, a lot of people think Tulsa is a small place, but really there's so many talented motherfuckers in Tulsa.
No, we're just too heavily influenced by one sound. That's why it feels small.
Come on.
It's just because we're so you have, you know, if when you're living on the north side of Tulsa and you're going and you're around this environment, you're only hearing that music, you might not get taken to the Soul Body Cypher.
Come on.
You might be going to these pop-up shows where they're getting Swiss cheesed every time you go, and that's all you know.
Yep.
And then it takes somebody to be like, hey, my homie's going over here Soul Body, because that's how I got introduced. Because I'm speaking on this is what happened to me. I was going to Phil Sosa shows. I was going to shows that were getting aired out. I was at Love More when you got 150 shots go off. I've been in all that. And then I started working with ABK. ABK started telling me about Soul Body. Then I went to that. And then I seen that, and I started going to y'all's rap battles. And then next thing I know, I'm learning about Dreamland. And I'm learning there's so much more music in Tulsa. It's just It's just what you surround yourself with.
Thank you.
You're gonna be a product of what you surround yourself with. And if you only surround yourself with you're only gonna hear
Come on.
You know?
Come on.
I don't know. I feel like that's the beautiful thing about music. I feel like now we're getting to that point where it's like, okay, we're able to show that there's different sides of this music.
You can be an artist from Tulsa.
And like, I don't know, you probably never heard they're called Untitled. They're a group of kids from Owasso.
I have not.
And they make like alternate rap music,
alternative
really?
Type of shit.
We're gonna have to play you some of their songs
for sure.
They're like different, and like I be looking at some of these shows where these rappers, I'm like, y'all getting 60K views and y'all are getting people. These kids just do this shit for fun. Yep. At their show, we maxed the building out at 157 people. We had people on top of the roof. We had
with the size of the building, the environment was crazy. We have all those people.
They're mosh pitting, bro. Like they're literally mosh pitting, bro. Some dude crowd surf, jumped off. Like it's just the difference. But I bring up that name to people, and there's people that are like, bro, who the hell is that?
Yeah.
But they got genuine fans.
Yeah, they're rock stars, bro. That's what they are. They're just modern day rock stars. They do what they want to do. And you go up and talk to them. How old are you? Shit, I'm 18, 19. And it's so beautiful. You know, granted, they do play that part, that edgy role, and like that misunderstood look. And
they got a whole group though. It's like
honestly, it's not for me, but I love it.
It's like 9 of them.
Really,
it's like a whole collective. Yeah.
But see, and this is something I used to talk to the homies about in high school is this. Well, I wasn't saying, I was the listener right here. Shout out to the homie Desmond. He used to be like, bruh, you ain't got to be internationally known across the country, this and that. He said, bro, if you got a guaranteed fan base of at least 1,000 people and you are consistently doing shows and dropping projects in Tulsa, that's going to grow to 2,000, 3,000. He said, you know, there's almost 1 million people at the time. He said, you know, there's almost 1 million people in Tulsa.
Literally.
All bro, you need is 10.
And you got to think, if you have 1,000, all those people know 1,000.
All those people know at least one other person.
Exactly. You're just going to build that web. You know what I'm saying? Word of mouth is the most powerful tool.
Yep. Hey, there's one thing I wanted to say about y'all when we were talking just now, when we were talking about when everybody was at the round table. I want y'all to take that and to perspective as well. When I mean it's a new era, that was a new table. And y'all were brought onto that table. And that was significant, showing that, hey, y'all are on the y'all are at the table now. You know what I mean? Y'all are going to be the ones for this generation. You know what I'm saying? You along everybody that was there with y'all, but that's why y'all was there. That's why I'm telling y'all. It's a new time, y'all. And this is the groundwork. 2024 is finna be crazy, y'all.
Yeah, me and Nate have this conversation a lot, and it's something we talk about. We're like, man, imagine if we would have started this 2 years ago. But then the more I sit there and think about it, I'm like, maybe it wouldn't have worked. Maybe it wouldn't have worked 2 years ago.
Perfect timing. Y'all don't know. Y'all didn't know then what you know now. Y'all don't move the way you do now as you did then. You get what I'm saying? Y'all might have dropped the bag, effed up the church's money in the beginning. You never know. We all, bro. Like I said, I've always been talented, bro, but my direction was off.
No, I'm somebody that believes that everything happens exactly the way it's supposed to, and I don't question the way anything happens. I just learn from it and move forward.
Yep, that's all you can do.
Live with the results.
No, that's all you can do.
Yeah, it's crazy though, because I was sitting there down. I was actually thinking today, because I was thinking about the episode today. I was on my way home from work, thinking about talking points and shit. And I was sitting there thinking, I was like, it's crazy. Dreamland just happened, and we met bro almost a year ago, like today down here.
At Dreamland.
Yeah, a year ago. Like, Dreamland just happened last weekend. I was like, we met you at Dreamland. I'm like, damn, it's crazy. Like, looking back at probably where your career was last year and who I was last year. Last year, I was just a fan of Dreamland for the homies, and now I went to Dreamland this year. They're giving me free passes to go into the Vanguard.
It's beautiful.
I got cameras out. I got people. I'm walking down the street. People, Jen, I'm like, man, it's crazy how, like, quick shit can change.
Yes.
Like, I don't know. It's just such a beautiful thing. It was like, I always tell people there's something so beautiful about the struggle to me. And it's just crazy seeing where we were last year to where this whole couch was now, you know, as whether it's for the music, as humans, as individuals, it's crazy. It's such a beautiful feeling to me.
Yeah, because last year when we was watching you perform, we had no idea that we'd be sitting down on the couch with you a year later.
Vice versa.
And doing a podcast, you know what I'm saying? So that's
vice
crazy.
versa.
And shit, that's a perfect example of you never know who you're performing in front of, you know what I'm saying? You never know the connections you can make and the people you can meet and stuff. Every single performance matters.
Every performance.
It can just lead to that one connection that's going to make the biggest difference for you.
It was cracking that night, though, as well. It was outside Dreamland at Sound Pony. Boy, that was a vibe, bro. And I was like, they had the plants and the bushes everywhere, the graffiti on the fence. It was crazy. And I'll say this with everything that we just said right there is whenever the time comes and it's our turn to get up there and we're starting to get the respect and the love from people who were doing this to us, right? Don't forget that. Remember that. But keep moving. Keep that. Actually write it down and put it in your pocket. So anytime you feel you go, oh yeah, that person. And it's not to not work with them. It's just so you don't forget. Because your success will make a lot of people be really nice to you and want to work with you. Why? Because look, y'all got the cameras out, y'all got the microphones, y'all making us feel special. I want to be somebody, right? So as y'all are continuing to grow, and it's the same thing for me, that's why I'm telling y'all we in the same lane, is don't forget the ones who crapped on y'all, but don't necessarily be like, well, y'all missed out. No, because that might mean y'all missed out.
It's crazy that you said that, because I woke up this morning and texted the main artist I work with, my brother of mine, Bobo. I texted him this morning. And just randomly, I don't know why. Every morning I text bro something. Like one morning I text him, hey, I said 1% better each day. In 100 days, we're a new person.
Come on.
And I text him, I said, hey, it's another 24 hours. Get up and go and get it. I'm just texting him something that way. He wakes up and he has something to think about. So this morning I text him, I said, hey, it's time to realize who's with you and who's with you just in case you make it.
Come on.
There's people that's going to be genuinely with you whether you make it or not, but it's time to figure out which ones are with you just in case you make it.
That's one thing. See, me and my wife be chopping about all the time about it, and I haven't said that. Say that one more time.
I said, I forgot how I worded it exactly. I said, it's time to start realizing who's with you because they're with you or who's with you just in case you make it.
Just in case you make bro, and I'm not even capping, fam. It's like that's one of those things that I'm always thinking about is how many of y'all are here because you really believe, like you like, oh yeah, he finna make it, so let me make sure I'm straight. Bro, we be watching everything, so that's why I'm telling y'all too, man. Keep notes of that. Use that to y'all's advantage. You know what I'm saying?
What's crazy is we've already had situations where me and Nate sat and talked down. We're like, man, it's crazy how some people just played off their position with us, and now that we're getting a little motion, now it's all like, oh man, you need co-host,
come on.
If this is conversations that we have, I feel like me and Nate were both blessed as individuals that we're I would like to, this may be conceited, but I like to think me and Nate are, intellectually smarter than most.
Oh, for sure.
And when it comes to way of thinking and, of actions and how to read people and stuff, because, we talk a lot. Me and Nate talk to each other every single day. Call each other the second I get off. Calls me at lunch for an hour. Calls me for 2 hours after I get off work. And then we come sit on the couch and talk for an hour with another individual. So we bounce ideas off of us and we think and break shit down. And I just think it's...
Yeah, just like you were saying, how everything is thought out and planned. Everything that we do is thought out and planned.
Has to be.
Shit, we've been talking about having you on here for 2 months. You know what I'm saying? Way before I even reached out.
I appreciate it too,
before
man.
It even materialized or anything, we have a whole list of people of whether we've talked to them or not. Like we're gonna have these people on the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Just
kind of like goals. It's kind of weird how we do it. We use certain people as like our certain goal. You know what I'm saying? What's crazy is a lot of goals that we set for ourselves came to us.
And the door, like
instantly. Like it was weird.
Just keep working and keep being consistent with it. The doors open themselves. You know what I'm saying? We might do this podcast with you, and then somebody you do Soul Body Cyphers with comes up to you and is like, hey, I'm trying to get on with them.
Yeah.
Or you come to us and you're like, hey, we got this dude over here. He's been killing shit with us. I think he'd be dope for y'all's podcast. And that's how everything works, and that's how those doors keep opening themselves. Is you network and you make these connections, and that's opportunities build off that.
Yes, no, 100%.
I can't even explain to you like, because I was on the phone today with the studio I work with, and I was telling them, I was like, they're like, man, every time me and you collab on a post, you bring a whole different demographic to me. I'm like,
come on,
I was gonna tell you that I got all these different graphic people. It's beautiful how like, if you just realize that we're all together, we all gonna be together.
Come on.
There shouldn't be. The fact that we even have to talk about demographics is crazy. We all live in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Tulsa's small.
You drive 169 like I drive 169. You drive Highway 75 like I drive Highway 75. Just because you might get a couple thousand more listeners than me on each song doesn't mean you're different than me. We both put our pants on the same way.
Come on.
But I feel like fruition comes when you help others, and I feel like whatever you give is what you will receive. And I feel like the fact that I'm able to have people that have 200 followers on Instagram come to me and say I inspire them, when I feel like I'm not even really anybody for real. Yeah. And it's so beautiful that they look at me that way, because I'm looking at them like, damn, the fact that you look at me that way makes me feel some way, and the fact that I'm talking to you like you're a person makes you feel that way. It's I pat your back, you pat my back. Now we're both going up. It may be different levels and different beings of which way we're doing it, but I feel like if we all just stop acting like we're the coolest people around. Come on. That's how change is going to happen. But I understand.
And that's how you make them genuine connections.
Why do y'all think I was so come on, let me know the ticket? It's because, bro, y'all showed your boy love on the Come Through Tulsa. So it's only right, and this is something I live by, bro, is what goes around comes around, and the measure you give is the measure you shall receive. If I'm over here and I'm trying to get these people attention over there, but they ain't never showing me love, right? They know I'm going in. They ain't never showing me love. Ain't never mentioning my name. But I come over here with some people I've met one time off of a handshake at a festival. That was it. And they mentioned my name a year later in these rooms where it matters. Who do you think I'm going to show love to? The people that I've been trying to mess with, or the people I never knew?
That's actually showing
come on,
love.
bro, that I mentioned my name. Bro, for instance, I watched that whole interview, and because, boy, we've been putting in work. Tulsa's small, kinfolk, you know what I'm saying? And, like, everybody comes to me, yo, I see you everywhere, Dupri, bro. You like the sun in the sky, bro. You be everywhere. Like, damn. Then how come we ain't getting mentioned when it's time to get mentioned? So, like, I hate politics, and politics are also not mentioning the people that are supposed to be mentioned when it's time to be mentioned, because you want to mention somebody else. Well, guess what? That whole interview, I'm thinking like, damn, boy, my name ain't getting mentioned at all. How much more work do we need to put in? Cuz, like, I'll do it, but just let me know. Man, it was like the last 5 minutes. Yeah, bro, Dupri, I was like, hold on, baby, wait, did you just hear something? Let me rewind that real quick. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, oh, it must have been Keezy and then nah, it was y'all. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, damn, cuz, but I've been keeping up with y'all, so I knew who y'all was, but we ain't never like formally
Nah, we had never talked one time outside of that or anything.
I think the only word I said to you, I dapped him like, bro, you're hard.
No, yeah, literally.
And bro was in the car. What was bro's name? He said, he's
I should look up the songs.
I believe y'all had performed right after me.
No, I think we performed right before you.
Right before?
Yeah, was it right before? And y'all, because y'all was sitting at the table, like right there. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, but that was a one-time impact, bro. I'm around a lot of these people, and that's the problem too. Like, sometimes you be around too much. You know what I'm saying?
Something like what we talked about with Jediah, and I think this will definitely be something that's good for you too. Even if you did it with him, I think you need to go and perform some places outside of Tulsa. You know
of course,
because you're such.
Marty said he going out of the country.
Because you're such. Well, no, I'm just saying. Even if you were just going to a OKC or a Dallas or places like that, you're such an impactful live performer that, like, bro, I feel like you could go to any place.
Bro,
I feel like you could go anywhere and rock. I feel
like you're at that stage where most of the big artists here are now, where
they just gotta see you.
Where,
right?
100%. 100%. I believe that.
I tell people, it's like, yeah, we have top dogs at Tulsa, but they've been the top dogs for 5 years. Why is there nowhere else?
And this is what I'm finna say right here, y'all. Go look me up one more time, bro. We've been out of the state. Like, even this year, bro, we just had a whole tour with the Soul Stars, and man, we was in Arkansas, Dallas, Texas, finished in OKC, and had our third stop in Tulsa, and sold out every event except Texas. You know what I'm saying? I just did a show. Arkansas is like my second home, bro. Northwest Arkansas, which is 4 cities, bro. It's finna be like a metroplex, but it's Fayetteville, Bentonville, Springdale, and I can't remember the last one, but out there, bro, shout out to Murs. We be doing ground waves and stuff. So there's like different chapters. We got one out in Tulsa. There's one in Arkansas. There's one in Colorado, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay.
So because of that connection right there, what you think I'm finna do? I'm finna drive to all these places where I already, because we all know each other even as artists in the community. And we all share each other's stuff. A lot of the people are looking at Tulsa like we're Hollywood. I promise y'all, they're looking at us like we Queens, like we the Bronx, like we Oakland now, like we are the Mecca of hip hop because of things like that. So what you think I'm finna do? I'm finna go out to places like Bentonville and Springdale where there's not too many of my people out there with my twang, my style, my seasoning. And what do you think I'm finna do? I'm finna come out there and give y'all some of my
that's
cookies.
crazy.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
so funny that you said that though, because one time it was like last year, me and Jim was at the club.
Oh my
Bro,
lord,
we was in the middle of the club and these random dudes walked up to us, like 3 dudes, and they were just like, "What's good with y'all?" I'm like,
Okay, let's keep in mind it's New Year's. It's New Year's, so you know we're G'd. I got the fur coat on. I got, you know, Nate got the puffer with the fur puffer. Like we're G'd up.
Yeah.
It's New Year's, and keep in mind we're at the country bar, and the only reason we're here is because their ball drop celebration is the best. They give out free wine.
They had like
free champagne.
a pyramid made of like the champagne glass. It was dope.
Really?
So we do
Yeah.
that because it's just dope. Just keep in mind we're sticking out. Right, the regulars in here are looking at like they hate me there. I'm banned there. They hate me in there. So they're looking at me. They're like, "Oh, here comes these fucking guys."
Oh,
like,
snap.
all these boots wearing motherfuckers. You know, me and Nate are in there just
Oh, snap.
looking like we're fresh off Malibu's Most Wanted. You know, they don't like us, and we're just there celebrating. And these 2 dudes, you can finish your story. I just wanted to give them context.
They
so
just came up to us and was like, "There's like shit was good with y'all, bro." And we were like, we didn't know. We were like, "What's up?" They're like, "Shit, where's like the best spots to go around here? Like we're not from here. We're from Arkansas." They're like, y'all the only white boys we've ever seen that look like y'all. We're like, "What do you mean?" They're like, "Where are y'all from?" Like y'all.
Come on.
They're like, "Y'all from here?" We were like, "Bro, born and raised. Yeah, we're from
Bro.
Tulsa." They're like, "We ain't seen nobody like y'all before." They're like, "Y'all gotta come to Arkansas, bro. Y'all be running shit."
No, bro,
I swear to God,
Bro,
they said
word for word, out of bro's mouth goes, "Bro, if y'all came to Arkansas, y'all would take all of our bitches."
So look, this is what I'm saying, y'all. Because I know the artists out there and everything. I'm looking at the market. I'm seeing what we doing here. I'm seeing how they're viewing us here. And when we go there, like I said, bro, I've already done three shows out there, bro. Paid gig every time. Did you hear me? Bro, you could get a paid gig in Tulsa, bro.
That's big.
But a lot of people ain't getting paid gigs in
They
Tulsa.
paying for gigs. That's the difference.
No, 100%.
I hate that shit.
paying for the venue.
From
yeah.
day one, I've hated it. I've said if you're paying to perform, you are losing. Like,
Ask me
that's
how many
stupid.
times I paid to perform. Let me actually think about it.
Let me think. 3. 2. 1.
Never.
Yep.
No. I've always tried to win, like, you know, Rock the Mic Wednesday types. If they had like $50, right? I do stuff like that, but I never believe, bro. I'm a poor man. You know what I'm saying? I come from the for real bottom, bro. Like, we have to put money in diapers. We got to put money in this area, or something happened. I got to pay a ticket, right? So I don't got time to be. I'm like, bro, if I work hard and I grind, it's gonna come to me. In Arkansas, y'all, they don't. In Tulsa, we have an influx of artists. You know what I'm saying? Which is not bad, bro. It's doing amazing numbers for the culture of Tulsa. But there's so many rappers, singers, artists, guitar players, drummers. There's so many in Tulsa, fam. In Arkansas, they don't have none of that. They have fans. You know, people like at the shows here, they be like, okay, you got a lot of people here, but how many of them are rappers?
Yeah.
How many of them are fans? And they try to do that argument out here. Go to Arkansas. And then when you got 50 people there to see you rap, let's ask how many of them are artists. I probably say maybe 6% will be like, oh yeah, I be
A couple of them.
a couple, fam.
And you know, most of them are like, "Yeah, I ain't hit the stew yet, but I got some written."
They're like, man, I be getting inspired, but I ain't never just laid nothing down. But like, I like you, and they're paying, bro. They're paying, and what I'm saying is this, bro. It's closer to Springdale and Bentonville, Arkansas, than it is to OKC. Did y'all hear that?
Nah, it is. Like time wise, yeah.
It's
it
closer. Let's just make the trip, and guess what? You know, it keeps you from being a local artist, performing outside of your state.
I like it, bro. I like
that's the
everything. I like
conversation-
everything you got going.
Because Jediah and we had his manager, Jediah and his manager, 2 different episodes, and they both said one thing. They're like, if we drive 4.5 hours and get just one person to listen to our music, that one person over time can get it to this person and this person and this person. And that's so much more beneficial than going and standing in front of a crowd that everybody already knows of.
100%.
Build that web.
And bro, and you know, 4 hours is a hell of a drive. Like, Texas is cool. Like, no, shout out to Texas, but we've been to Texas a gajillion times. Like, come on now, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We got to hit places that has no market,
Y'all
has
like
no
Texas
culture.
be trying little bro sometimes.
Bro, it's because it's big old Texas, and let's be real. Like, when it comes to hip hop and things like that, like, they have way more of an impact than Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Okay, but who has more of an impact in hip hop, Arkansas or Oklahoma? Come on. So let's go to these places that have less impact than us, that are looking at us as big bro, big cousin, big homie, and let's go and put these people on. In that mix, what's going to happen? We're getting put on, and then we come back home. What you think they're going to do to us at home when they see us on everywhere else? They're going to love you.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what the tricky thing is, bro. Like, we've been performing out of state. We've been doing these different things. Like, bro, I went to California last year for Thought Fest. You know, I got brought out by hip hop legend Murs. You know what I'm saying? Doing our thing in Ground Waves, and that was in Ontario, California. Cause I ain't never been to California a day in my life, and we got out there, paid $1,000, bro, to spit.
Hey, that's dope. That's dope.
Come on, bro. Like, I'm not capping. Like, I brought the whole family out there. I brought my assistant out there. Like, we was really doing it, right? Then you come back home and they like, the local rapper. It's like, bro, you know, I was,
Like,
you know,
no, I'm not,
It's like, you know, I was rapping in front of Ninth Wonder, right? Like, me and I, like, we, like, all these, like, come on, bro. Like, what is the standard? You know what I'm saying? And this is what I say, like, just keep putting in that work. Like, okay, let them call you local because you live here. You still live here, fam.
But look, that goes back to what I was saying 15 minutes ago. We've been given this mindset.
Come on.
That just because you're born in Tulsa, Oklahoma, that's the only thing you're ever going to amount to. And I feel like even with every aspect of Tulsa, Oklahoma's going up, we now got our Josh Jacobs of the world.
Come on.
We got our Shake Miltons who was playing in the playoffs starting.
Yep.
We got our Gang Ties June who showed us the blueprint. And now we got all of our people coming in behind them, realizing that, hey, it comes down to what we want.
Come on.
Not the standards that we put on ourselves 30 years ago.
Come on.
400 years ago,
Not
the standards we put
stigmas
on ourselves now.
Yep.
And I feel like that's why it's so important for people our age. And this is something I told Tony D today, because I told Tony D this. I said, this is so much, what I'm doing here and what we're all doing now as a town is so much bigger than each individual. I said, we're setting a precedent for my kids.
Come on.
His kids. I'm saying, I want to set a precedent for my grandkids that, you know what? They may look at me as the crazy grandpa when I'm 60 and I'm telling them, y'all boys don't know. I'm sitting on old Uncle Nate's couch, man, with that bike in my hand. We really, Grandpa, you're crazy. Take your meds. But that's what it takes. I swear. I'm like really, I want to change the culture. I feel like the culture's so just, it's been oversaturated, washed. It's time for, like I said, new beginning. We got a new wave coming.
Come on.
And I feel like now for the first, I posted on my story today, I think you liked it, and I said, the town's really on our things right now.
Yes.
And I'm so happy for everybody, like, whether you make music, merch, I'm seeing more vendors everywhere I go. I'm seeing paintings, I'm seeing, bro, and it gets me excited because I love the town, bro. I love seeing us now that we're finally believing in ourselves, and we're breaking those chains and that precedent that we're nothing more than just Tulsa, Oklahoma. Nah, we Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yep.
And now it's getting to that point now where I'm swiping on TikTok and be like, artists from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I'm like looking at this page, I'm like, shit, like it's to that point.
Yes, no, 100%.
But now it's in your hands. It's in my hands.
Yes.
It's in his hands. It's in Phil Sosa's hands.
Yep.
What are we going to do with it? We that door, it's cracked now.
Come on.
Are we going to kick it open, or are we just going to say no? We're going to close it for another day.
We're gonna be scary. What we gonna do?
And now execution.
So shit, just to kind of cap things off, this has been a good conversation. We went honestly probably longer than any other podcast we've had. I really like this, but just to kind of cap things off, what's some things we can be expecting from you in the near future? Anything you want to plug? You got a show coming up. I know you just recently dropped the
Supa Dura Fly, EastSide Stories.
Supa Dura Fly and EastSide Stories. I'm gonna drop both the links to those below on the video. Is there anything else you'd like to plug real quick?
Man, I just want to real quick just say, man, shout out to Yahuwah, El Shaddai, the creator of the heavens and the earth. That's the reason why I'm sitting right here, being able to even speak to y'all, man. And I would say, man, go get that EastSide Stories, man, and go get that Supa Dura Fly. We dropped those the same day. 2 different vibes, 2 totally different meals. You know what I'm saying? And what y'all gonna be expecting from Da'juan Dupri in 2024 besides the Separation, the
I was
album?
gonna say Separation. You took it that one.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but besides
I was gonna say the Separation.
Besides the Separation, man, there's a whole lot of music videos, man. That's the only thing that's really with my career right now. That's the only thing that I haven't produced. I produced them in times past, you know, but I feel like I'm definitely ready to go ahead and orchestrate those music videos. Before, I'd have a lot of music videos, and they was just music videos, bruh.
It'd be you doing some
Tulsa
shit,
music videos. You get what I'm saying? In the beginning, you know, shout out to King Spence. But it's the simple ones, not even with the cool effects. It was the $50 music videos, right? So the real, like, you know what I'm saying?
The
real
one take John.
Come on, the real simple stuff, like. So like we're gonna be expecting a lot more music videos from me in 2024. Shout out to my video man, and that's really it. I mean, that's not it, bro. Come on now, like, you know, we gonna
but that's the focus.
But yeah, the focus is, man, consistency. We got the Separation, the album, and music videos coming in 2024. But y'all gonna get a whole lot of mixtapes, a whole lot of singles, a whole lot of freestyle videos, a whole lot of, hey yo, you know what the ticket is. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Hey, just like I said, EastSide Stories, Supa Dura Fly, both on iTunes. I'll drop the links below in the comments. I appreciate Da'juan Dupri for coming and sitting down with us today. Real local legend. He's doing his thing out here. It's been the Weekend Warriors, episode 15. Signing off.
I've been trapping all day, couldn't get away from